Hello and welcome to this session. You are here right now because you are working so hard to build a thriving speaking career where you can create impact and, of course, create transformation in your community. And one of the most important things that you have to get right is your target audience. And personally, for me, one of the most important things that changed my speaking career years after I started speaking was identifying who my target audience are. Let me tell you something. No matter how talented, no matter how good, no matter how excellent you think you are not called to speak to everybody, and not everybody will listen to you. As speakers, we are like Jesus. We have disciples. We have people that resonate with our style, our message, our tone, and everything that we do. And that is why it is critical for you to identify your target audience, right? Your target audience is the group of people you are called to serve with your message. You are called to serve with your voice. And one of the most important things, I am emphasizing again, one of the most important things that you have to get right is for you to decide and to know who you are going to serve with your message for the rest of your life. Now, why is this important? I'm going to give you 5 reasons, and then I'll show you how you can identify your target audience. 5 reasons why this is important. Number one, message relevance. Let me tell you something. The relevance of your message will only happen when you're speaking to the right people. Only the right people can find relevance in what you are talking about. You're here, and this message, what I'm talking about, is making sense to you because you are the target audience. You are the person that this message was created for. So, knowing the target audience allows you as a speaker to tailor your message to be relevant and to be meaningful to your listeners. Because if your message is not relevant to the people you're speaking to and not meaningful, there's no need for you to be a speaker. So, by understanding the interest of your target audience, understanding their needs, their background, how they look at life, you as the speaker will ensure that your content, your message resonates with them and address their specific concerns. Therefore, audience analysis, audience identification is critical because it will help you to adapt your message to the level of understanding for your listeners. Number two, cultural relevance. And this is more important now than 20 years ago, than 10 years ago, because we are now in a very connected society, meaning that if you are just speaking anyhow, you will end up saying things that do not make sense to some people when they come across your message on the internet, right? But when you are sure of who you're targeting, your language becomes different. How you structure your content becomes different. So your identification of your target audience enhances your message to have the right cultural relevance, because it helps you as the speaker to adjust your speech to be culturally appropriate and avoid unintentional offense or misunderstanding. Because in your message, you will be very clear who you are talking to. Number three, building connection. When you identify your target audience, it becomes easy to build connection. It is one thing to just talk anyhow. It is another thing that when you talk to people after that, they have a connection with you. Even if they have never met you one on one, there is this level of connection that they have with you because they resonate with your message. There's this level of respect that they have for you, right? There are many people that I met them for the first time and they come in, oh, you're my mentor, you're my this. I've never met them. But the way we communicate is as if we have been friends for so long. It is the connection that we have. through the messages. So understanding the attitude of your audience, their belief system, their values, their experiences, where they are going to, their aspirations, allows you as the speaker to connect with them on a deeper level. By acknowledging and addressing your audience perspectives and concerns, you as the speaker will be able to establish that rapport and, most importantly, that credibility. It is very important as a speaker for you to always establish credibility in the minds of your audience. And one of the ways to do that is to build a strong connection. Number 4, when you identify your audience, it helps you to meet expectations. If you are truly a passionate, committed, growing speaker, one of the most important things you should be focusing on is, how do I meet the expectations of my audience? And you can only meet the expectations of people that you have identified and you know about them, you have read about them, right? Identifying the target audience helps you as a speaker to align your speech, your presentation, your talk with their expectations. And when you align with their expectations, you always ensure a positive reception of your message. You can only achieve a positive reception of your message as a speaker when you meet the expectations of your people. And you can only meet the expectation of the people that you have identified. You have researched about them, you have read about them, and you know where they're coming from and where they desire to go. And number 5, the 5th reason why it's important for you to spend time to identify your audience is maximizing your impact. The goal of public speaking is to communicate ideas effectively and to influence the audience. Yes, if you meet somebody who is struggling with procrastination and you are a personal productivity speaker, your goal is to influence that person by communicating your ideas so effectively that they stop being chief procrastination officers and they become high-performing officers. And when you identify your audience the right way and retailor your message to be relevant, you always maximize your impact. You always achieve the goal of public speaking, which is to communicate your ideas effectively and to influence your audience to make the right decisions. Therefore, identifying your audience increasing your chances of achieving this goal. Why? Because by tailoring your message, by meeting their expectations, by addressing their specific needs and establishing that connection, you as the speaker will deliver a stellar presentation that will create the maximum impact that you desire. So how can you identify your target audience? Very simple. Number 1, your purpose. Why did you get into speaking? Why are you passionate about speaking? Every purpose is designed for a group of people. Your purpose is not for you. My purpose is not for me. My purpose is for you. So look at your purpose and ask your question, who am I supposed to serve with this purpose? You use that to identify your target audience. Number 2, what do you hate? What do you hate? You can look at the things that there are some things that when you see people doing, it aches you. You are so angry at it. That may be that is a target audience. You need to start tailoring your message, your strategies, your value to help people solve what you hate. If you hate seeing people going late to events and meetings, maybe you start talking. Your message is targeting latecomers, disorganized people. What do you hate? Number 3, your vision. What is your career vision? What is your vision for the world? Oh, yes. Maybe you desire to see a society where women are respected and women are growing and becoming relevant in the corporate world. That is your vision. Then maybe your message, your audience is targeting young women who desire to grow in corporate leadership and create transformation. Next, your skill set. Yes, what did you study in school? What are you so good at? You take what you're good at, you start looking for people who are deficient in that area, and you start training them to grow that area and use the skills that you will teach them to achieve their own dreams. That's how you can identify your target audience. So spend some time on this, and this is the activity for you in this particular session. Write down your purpose. Write down your purpose in 2-3 sentences. Under that, write down the people you are called to serve with your purpose. Second activity, what do you hate to see people going through? What do you hate? What is that thing that when you see somebody doing, it makes you angry? Begin to write those things down, and then write the people that do those things. That is the audience. What is your career vision? Describe your vision for the next 10 years and the next 30 years. What is your career vision? Number 4, write down your top 4 skills. Your top 4 skills. And then write the people that you can serve with these skills. When you do this, you are on your way to identifying your audience. Keep building that dream, because somebody needs your message and your voice out there. Cheers.